Hey, what is up guys? It's Brennan here, and today we're going to bring down the best student loans for bad credit or no credit. So if you're one of those people that just maybe doesn't have the best credit, we're going to bring down some of the best student loan options. And when it comes to selecting student loans for, again, bad credit or no credit. So in this video, we're going to bring down all the different options, what it comes to, and what is really the best option moving forward for you to secure student loans with bad credit, because it is possible, even if you have no credit whatsoever. Again, we're going to bring down all those options here in today's video. Of course, you want to check out any of the links or companies we mentioned here in today's video. You can check out those links linked down below in the video description, and some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things on, again, securing student loans for people with bad credit or no credit. Now, it's first important to understand that, of course, securing student loans with bad credit is still possible, and there are a variety of different options spanning both federal and private lenders. Now, it's first important to understand what is the difference and what does that look like. So federal loans and federal student loans are available directly from the U.S. government. This is from the Federal Student Aid website or studentaid.gov. Now, they offer a variety of different direct subsidized loans as well as direct unsubsidized loans, and all of these are for eligible students that are looking to borrow money and get money for school, essentially, right? These are federal loans. Now, it's important to understand that federal student loans don't require any kind of credit check. So if you don't have any credit, then that doesn't matter if you're looking at federal student loans. Now, maybe you've already gone through this process, maybe you've already looked at federal loans, but this is really the first step and where you should start when you're considering, getting any kind of student loans in the first place, and also factor in potential student aid that you could even get from the federal government as well. Consider that into your plan as well. Again, check with the U.S. government, see what you qualify for. That is pretty much step number one when you're looking at securing student loans. Again, especially if you have bad credit or no credit, because there is no credit check with the U.S. government. Again, most federal student loans, such as their direct subsidized loan and unsubsidized loan, again, these are available here, and they don't have minimum credit score requirements and generally don't require a credit check. It's also important to consider maybe some plus loans, as those are for graduate students or parents, and they do involve a credit check, but it's primarily just to identify that you have you don't have like an adverse credit history, but it's not based on any kind of minimum score. So if you maybe have a low score, that's fine, maybe if you're brand new, in this case especially. Now, other advantages with federal loans, again, you do benefit with things like fixed interest rates, flexible repayment plans, and potential for, maybe some sort of forgiveness programs that may come with, federal student loans and whatnot. Now, again, if you maybe have already gone through the process of looking at federal student loans, then your next best option is going to be private student loans, again, which we talk about a lot here on the channel. And I will leave a link to this page here where we put together a list of some of the best private student loans. I talk about a lot of these companies on the channel all the time, like College Ave, SoFi, Sallie Mae as well. Again, these are available as private student loans and can help fill that gap if maybe you already have some funding coming from federal loans, but maybe if you need some additional funding for your school, that's where you can look at private loans. Now, when you don't have the best credit, there are some other things to consider as well when you're looking at private student loans. Again, you have federal, which you already took a look at. These are the private student loans, and what are the things you need to consider when you're looking at private student loans? Now, it's important to, of course, know that there is a credit check required, and private lenders typically consider creditworthiness and may require a minimum credit score for the borrower or a cosigner. You hear the word cosigner because that is going to be the magical solution for most people that don't have good credit, especially as a young student, if you're going into undergrad, or even if you are maybe a graduate student, but you haven't really thought much or focused much on your credit and building it up and establishing it, then that's where a cosigner can really be a big, huge help, because you're essentially able to benefit from and utilize your cosigner's credit score to give you a better interest rate. So whether that be your parent, guardian, or maybe an aunt or uncle or something like that, right? They can be your cosigner, and then you take their really good credit score, you would hope, right? They should have a good credit score in this case, right? You want to find a cosigner who has a good credit score, and then you match him with you who maybe has no credit whatsoever, or bad credit, because maybe you just have like one student credit card or something like that, like you really haven't gotten started on building your credit history yet, or maybe you don't have one at all, then boom, you marry the two together and you can actually get decent interest rates by utilizing a cosigner. Again, something to keep in mind here is that, something that even Sallie Mae calls out here is that, last year students were 4 times more likely to be approved with a cosigner. I know College Ave has mentioned before, it's like students are 5 times more likely. I think SoFi also mentions it. Generally speaking, that statistic is pretty clear in the industry that, you're 5 times more likely to be approved if you can have and use a cosigner. That's going to be your best option. A cosigner with a good credit history can significantly improve your chances of approval and potentially secure, better interest rates at the end of the day. Now, in terms of those lenders that we're looking at here in today's video, again, some of the best lenders for securing those student loans, we're first going to be taking a look at College Ave. Now, again, there's a variety of different companies. Again, we're going to be breaking down College Ave, SoFi, Sallie Mae. Those are just a couple of some of the best options. If you want to check out this list for yourself, again, you can check out that first link down below in the video description. That'll take you right over to this page here where you can see the list put together of some of the top picks for different student loan companies to help you kind of simplify your search when you're looking out and, shopping around. Because essentially it's good to shop around from a variety of companies because you don't know necessarily which one's maybe going to give you the best interest rate. So it's good to shop around and see what you qualify for with them. Now, in terms of those lenders, of course, you see College Ave. Now, College Ave can be a great option because they do offer a variety of different types of student loans. They have undergraduate, parent, career loans, variety of different graduate loans, right? Dental, MBA, health professions, law, and medical. As well as, a variety of different resources here available on their website. They do also have a scholarship monthly sweepstake, which is something cool that College Ave does also offer. Now, if we're looking at just the nuts and bolts of it, right? What are their fixed rates? Now, currently the rates are subject to change, so do keep that in mind. The rates you see in this video might actually not be the rates that you get when you're going through the actual application process. If you go ahead and click the links in the video description, you click see how to apply, these rates may be different than what you're seeing because these rates change on a daily basis, so do keep that in mind. But currently they're starting at 2.89% all the way up to 17.99%, and the variable rates start at 4.25 up to 17.99, and you can cover up to 100% of your school's costs, right? And cosigner release is available after 36 on-time payments if you're eligible, and flexible options are available for repayment, and they have no application, origination, or prepayment fees, and checking your rates won't affect your credit score. So if you already have bad credit, it won't affect it anymore negatively because it is a soft pull when you're actually going through and checking your rates. Now, if you click this link here, it will take you over to the College Ave online application where you can select whether you're the student borrower or if you're the cosigner, indeed, also looking and going through the application process. It's a pretty easy process. You go through, you enter in your information, and you can see what you actually qualify for, again, with College Ave. So a lot of these companies will work with people who have bad credit or offer, different variety of cosigner options to help kind of get you the best rate possible for your specific situation. And some private lenders do cater to borrowers with bad credit by offering income-based repayment plans or evaluating factors based beyond just credit score. So that's something else to consider when you're looking at these lenders. Moving in next, again, we're also taking a look here at SoFi. SoFi does have no fees required as well. They can cover the full cost of attendance. Now, these rates may be out of date a little bit, but it's around that 3% range. And you can also save on interest with specific auto pay discounts, and continuing scholar borrowers and people taking out a second student loan. And this is available to people in the US, Puerto Rico, and the US Virgin Island residents are eligible. And you can get a quote online in minutes. If you take a look here at their website, again, they do have specific some rate discounts may be running out in less than a month. So if the time is ticking, all right, if you haven't already gotten your student loans for your upcoming semester, whether that be for this year or next year, depending on when you're watching this video, whatever that time deadline may be, it's important to lock it in so you get the rates that are going to be good for you, right? Special rate discounts always are out there, so it's important to shop around and keep an eye out for those specialized discounts. And right now, SoFi does also have a good grades discount as well. But again, I urge you to shop around, check a variety of different lenders, and maybe maybe the ones in this list here, or even other lenders as well. It's good to shop around, just get an idea as to what companies might be the best and which ones are going to give you the best rates, especially if you are on that bad or no credit. Again, getting a cosigner is going to be a very big help with that overall if you can. And so this is SoFi, right? They offer, different loan types, whether it be undergraduate, graduate, law, MBA, health professions, parent. Not going to be going too much into each of the lenders here in this video. If you want to learn more, I have a whole variety of different other company comparisons here on the channel if you want to learn more specifically about College Ave, SoFi, or Sallie Mae. feel free to check out the channel for more comparison and shopping videos. But with SoFi, as you can see here, students with cosigners are 5 times more likely to be approved. You can see your rate in 3 minutes with no credit impact, again, unlike other lenders. And you can select whether you're the student or parent or cosigner, and you can go through and cover your school's costs and go through and actually go through and see what you qualify for, of course. Some other things to consider as well, right, with SoFi. Then also we do have Sallie Mae, which is the last company here. We're just going to throw and take a shot at them as well, just showing you that, you know, they can also be another good option. They do have different rates starting at almost around 3% right now. And they do show an auto debit discount. Again, auto debit discount is going to be another good way to save money, no matter what your credit score is at. One thing to keep in mind, though, with Sallie Mae is they do have a hard credit pull with the online application, so they aren't necessarily the best if you're really careful about your credit, but they do tend to offer pretty good rates. So if you are serious about shopping around for student loans, you go around, you shop around, you see what you qualify for. Sallie Mae still could give you a pretty good interest rate, so it is worth at least shopping around. See what you qualify for. Again, Sallie Mae is another company worth mentioning here in today's video again, and they do offer a variety of different multiple repayment options. One thing that is nice about Sallie Mae compared to the other lenders is you can still also be a half-time or part-time student. So if you're not necessarily a full-time student, maybe Sallie Mae might be a good option for you in that specific case. Now, other considerations when you're looking at student loans is, again, to consider the FAFSA. That's the FAFSA, right? FAFSA. That's the federal student aid. So that's part of the federal student aid. That's not the federal student loans. Again, that's federal student aid. And this is what you need to apply for federal student loans. You need to complete the FAFSA. Again, that's that free application for federal student aid. You might be able to qualify for certain grants, scholarships, or work study programs as well to reduce your reliance on loans. Again, that's complete alternatives to borrowing. So it's important to consider, hey, maybe there's a scholarship program you can apply to. Again, College Ave also has one of those. You can see here they have a monthly scholarship sweepstakes. I know Sallie Mae does also have, they also have a little writing scholarship here. Again, no essay scholarship. So they also have that available here with Sallie Mae. So, you know, certain scholarships and programs might be available as well to kind of help eliminate and alleviate some of the cost for school, and, you know, compare the different lenders' terms, rates, repayment options before committing to a specific loan. But, you know, overall, in general, when you're looking at the different student loans, as a student, you're staring at your laptop just like this guy here and trying to shop around and figure it out. And honestly, at the end of the day, even with bad credit, you have options for financing your education through both federal and through private student loans. Again, a lot of good private student loan lenders we mentioned here in today's video are available at the links in the video description. And it's important to prioritize those federal student loans is a good first step. But if you don't necessarily have all the funding that you need and you still need private loans if they are necessary, then, you know, cosigner options and researching lenders who cater to borrowers with less than ideal credit can be a good option. Again, cosigners. I'm going to say it again because that is going to be the best way to get the better interest rates when you're looking at loans, especially if you have no credit at all, or if you don't have the best credit, you pair it with someone who does have good credit. That's really kind of your best option after you've already exhausted the federal side. If you need to go to the private student loan side, that's kind of going to be your best bet, especially because, you know, that interest rate, those loans do add up over time. So consider all the different options we broke down here in today's video. Again, each of these lenders do also have different terms, different repayment flexibility. See what you qualify for. Again, check out those links linked down below in the video description. You can check out College Ave is actually our #1 choice. You can see how to apply. They're also ranked #1 on a lot of other companies because they do give really good rates and they have the best like repayment terms from a lot of people's feedback and experiences. You know, I see College Ave seeing just as, you know, really, that's why we put it as #1. Okay, they are just one of the best in the business. Again, consider maybe SoFi and Sallie Mae if you don't qualify with College Ave, or maybe if you need something else. Again, guys, I hope you found this video helpful on breaking down the best way to get student loans with bad credit or no credit. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, want to check out the companies, link down below in the video description. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.